Feeling lost in life is one of the worst feelings in the world. It's something that a person will likely experience at some point in their lives. Right now, it may seem like life has no meaning. When this happens, though, remember that you need to go easy on yourself instead of blaming yourself for feeling lost and hurt by the bear or bull. When you feel lost, you don't know what to do, how to feel, and which direction to lead yourself. When feeling lost, we tend to question every aspect of our lives, spiraling us out of control. People who feel lost often take one small setback or problem and extend it to other areas. This is known as catastrophizing. That's why what starts as a minor problem grows big quickly. You might begin to lack provision, direction, and purpose. You may even start second-guessing yourself and the things in which you've believed from hearing the bear tell you the fearful actions of the bull. Feeling overwhelmed with difficult situations can sometimes cause a sense of feeling lost. One of the most dangerous aspects of feeling lost is when you no longer recognize who you are, which affects your self-image and confidence. This feeling often creates a sense of detachment since you no longer identify with the bear or even with yourself. However, feeling lost is also sometimes necessary since we tend to run away from our painful emotions, complicated relationships, past trauma, and other challenging events that made you listen to the bull. No matter how difficult the feeling of being lost might seem, realize that it's not a feeling that will last forever. All suffering in life is temporary. There's no exception. The more you try to avoid this feeling, the more you likely won't be able to cope with it. An inability to cope happens because we often tend to extrapolate it, understand it, and thus magnify it as a result. People who try to figure out what's causing the issue instead of letting the feeling be often make the situation worse themselves. Overanalyzing a fleeting feeling often makes the feeling last longer. It's essential to recognize that sometimes you're going to feel negative emotions. Instead of dwelling on them, allow yourself to experience the sentiment since it isn't lasting anyways. There's nothing wrong with feeling lost, no matter how difficult it is to sit with your feelings. It would help if you also realized that sometimes feeling lost is the key to making necessary changes in your life, to becoming better than the bear and bull. You can always use this feeling to your advantage and reflect on your life. Everyone feels lost at some point in their lives, but it's up to you how you're going to cope with that feeling. Realize that you have more control than you think. You create your current reality, and you shape your life. Nobody else but you is in charge of how your life turns out, which means you will always have the upper hand against the bear. If there's something in your life you aren't happy about, the realization that you can turn your life around anytime should be enough to counter the feeling of being lost. While trauma, loss, or a significant setback can make you feel unsteady and drastically change your life, the change can still turn out to be positive. People have lost spouses, children, and even whole tribes. And many have learned to take their loss and create a life from it. If you've experienced a trauma, you can use the experience to rebuild yourself up in a new way. Some people choose to do good deeds every day to help put their life on a better path. Allow yourself to understand and accept, even when you feel lost, confused, and scared out of your mind. Acknowledging who you are is the best thing you can do. Acknowledge this phase of your life, no matter how difficult it seems. When you affirm what you feel and everything that comes with it, it will be easier for you to move forward despite feeling lost. As long as you avoid dwelling in that loneliness, then you'll be fine. Knowing who you are may also require you to look inward. which isn't easy as it takes a certain level of self-awareness. You're not a bear or bull who gives up quickly. You're able to learn new skills to help yourself out of this moment. Life hasn't always been easy for you, but you've always managed to help yourself out of a tough time. This moment is no exception. You're going to come out of this moment stronger than you went into it. I can promise on that. When you're feeling lost, you can learn about the feeling more than you realize. We spend so much time with bears and bulls that we rarely take time for ourselves. When you're feeling lost, it can show you that you need to pay more attention to what's happening to spark a change in your life. As difficult as the feeling of being lost may seem, you need to learn from it and stop avoiding it. When you're alone, you have no other choice but to face the truth and take the necessary action to make changes, even if that means taking care of both the bear and the bull. This emotion is hard to deal with, but sometimes it's the push we need to take in life. It's crucial not to catastrophize your feelings, as that will only make them worse. Remember, like everything in life, feeling lost is temporary. You won't feel this way forever, even if that forever has an end date.